Hey guys, I am back. This is my review for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, episodes 2 and 3. All right, so in episode 2, we have the big thing was Dorit and this whole surprise anniversary party that PK planned for her. And it wasn't as well received as PK had originally planned. And I think the big thing was because Dorit has an issue with, she's always in control. And because she wasn't able to take part in some very integral details, like wearing the dress, like he did this whole thing where it was about the theme was Pretty Woman, the scene at the Beverly Hills Hotel where, he picks out her dress and, he plans this big dinner, and it just took her anxiety to the next level because she did not control the situation. And that was kind of hard to watch in terms of, it was very annoying because he went out of his way to do this, and they supposedly both of them like to do surprises for each other. And Dorit is acting as though, oh my God, you can't, control what I wear because there's a whole lot of thought I put into, and I don't like people picking out things for me to wear. It was very much, again, all about control. She's also dealing with another separate situation with, she went shopping one day, she took out $10,000, and she had it in her purse, and she went to the store and someone lifted her purse, and that just, brought on more anxiety. It tripped up her PTSD, because the year before she dealt with a home robbery. So, and PK hasn't been there for her, and he even explained at this dinner, he told her that, I don't know how to really deal with your PTSD. I'm trying to understand it. And he's just emotionally distant from her, and she wants him to be emotionally more available. And he's just not giving her what she's looking for. So this is putting a strain on their marriage because she's expecting more support while she's going through this tough time, and he's just not giving her. And this surprise thing just didn't go over the way that he wanted to go over. He thought it can, make up for whatever was lacking, and it's just totally not doing that. So it wasn't a success as far as I can tell. Just wasn't a success. So the other thing about this is we're talking about difficult marriages, and Kyle is going through this time where her and Mauricio are in a rough patch for reasons unknown. I guess one of the reasons she said that Mauricio is working a lot more. He's spending more time with the agency. He's traveling more, and they are just, I don't know, I guess they call themselves growing apart. So so a lot of things is really annoying both of them very easily because they are in this space of, I don't really feel like being bothered with you. I'm kind of over you. And it came out at a party that they had planned, a birthday party planned for their youngest daughter, Portia. She turned 15. What I missed from Portia is the curly hair. Remember, she was a little girl. She had really curly hair. I love that. Now it's all bone straight and everything. So she really looks like the rest of her sisters with the bone straight hair. I love the curly hair Portia. But nonetheless, they got this, it's Quinceañera, whatever, Sweet 15, and they got all the salsas and all the Mexican dishes. It looks really, really nice. And her friends are there, and Mauricio's parents show up. And Mauricio's mom approached Kyle and said, I'm seeing stuff in the blog saying that there's problems between you and my son. And they said they were talking about her not wearing her wedding ring. And, Kyle played it down, of course. Kyle was like, well, I took it off because I was working out, but I still had my wedding band on. I remember when those pictures came out. And so Kyle was thinking like, wow, that was really interesting at this point in time that she would bring that up to me. I'm like, I didn't expect that to happen. I guess if they don't really talk to each other a whole lot, when she sees in person, that's why she's going to let it be known what she's thinking, what she's asking, all that kind of good stuff. Then we get to this whole tattoo situation. Last week, Mauricio made it well-known fact that he didn't think that Kyle should get a tattoo. And now we're talking about tattoos again. And Kyle brings it to Mauricio's mom that Mauricio has a tattoo. And she's like, "Oh, I didn't know that." And so Kyle lets Mauricio know, like, "Oh, your mom didn't know you had a tattoo." And Mauricio's like, "Well, I never told her. And why would you let her know something about me? That was for me to tell her if I felt like it, not for you to disclose that information." Again, we're talking about tit for tat. We're talking about little things that's making this whole conversation about a tattoo, the conversation about the ring and the traveling. They're just not in a good space. So again, Kyle is, has focused her attention on herself. And she's like, she's not drinking, she's doing a lot of working out. That is her go-to for right now to make up for, I guess, her not being in a good place in her marriage. What else do we see here? We saw Dorit and Ericka talking, and at the very beginning, where Dorit was disappointed that Ericka did not lead her apology or her conversation with Dorit with an apology about saying that her and PK are not in a good space and they're probably going to be the couple most likely to divorce. So Ericka was like, okay, she's on this whole journey for Lent. She's not going to argue. And so she's trying to let Dorit know, okay, I'm not going to repeat what I said. I shouldn't have said it. I want us to work on our friendship. I apologize for what I've said. And that's that. I think that Ericka actually felt the way she felt. She was truthful about it the first time she said it. But because she's on this whole apology kind of tour and trying to make amends with the ladies and trying not to be argumentative because she really doesn't have a partner in crime, Lisa Rinna, there. So now she's got to figure out a way to make things right, I guess, in the friend group, so to speak. Then we see Sutton. Sutton is talking to a relationship coach, trying to find, telling her what she wants and the type of men she's interested in. And so relationship coach was like, okay, well, how do you feel about the man taking the lead in the marriage? I mean, in the relationship. And Sutton was like, oh, absolutely not. And that's because, Sutton had, when she was married, her husband was in control of everything. She claims, she wasn't at the boardroom of decision making. The only thing that she could do was like plan vacations. So her mindset is, I'm not going back there anymore. No man is going to be controlling the relationship. Yeah, I mean, and when she mentioned it to Garcelle was like, okay, I guess I can understand where you're coming from. And it makes perfect sense. I get it. What else happened there? So that's pretty much episode 2. So the ladies are planning this 40th birthday party for Crystal. And so now we can get into episode 3. And we see Crystal and her brother. He is back in town. He is a pop star in China. And we find out that he had been married. I'm not married, but he was engaged. Then the pandemic happened. He came back to the United States and the fiance couldn't come back. And, things did not work out. And now he's ready to date again. So they're going back and forth about what they like, what they don't like, and all of that, the age difference, things of that nature. But she's looking forward to going to Las Vegas and, having this just really relaxing. They still feel as though Crystal is a stick in the mud. Like she needs to relax more. I'm thinking that Crystal is letting loose a little bit more. It seems like she's letting loose a little bit more. It seems like she's relaxed. And I think when she came into the group, I mean, you don't know these people, right? And so you're kind of on guard. Even Ericka, who has this very flamboyant personality, she was even on guard. Like you don't know these people. You don't know what to reveal. Crystal has gotten burned in that department when she talked about last season about her eating disorder and all of that. So I get the whole, look, I'm trying not to be a fuddy-duddy, but I'm also guarded. And we also find out in this episode how Garcelle is guarded when it comes to talking about her boys. And, in this episode, she had stated she was going to have lunch with Oliver while they were in Vegas. So I'm guessing Oliver I guess he lives in Vegas. I don't know. But she was going to have lunch with him in Vegas. And she admitted to the group that she doesn't feel completely comfortable talking about her boys with the ladies because she doesn't trust them. And this is in relation to what happened again last year at Garcelle's birthday party, what Ericka had said to Jax, and then how Kyle, PK, Mauricio, and Dorit were sitting around laughing at the commentary about, oh, Ericka cussed out Jax, and that was so funny. I don't blame her because I would have cussed them out for saying, I would not have been as polite as Garcelle was when she approached Ericka about that. So she's having an issue with that. Dorit takes offense to it because Dorit had, mentioned how she understands that Oliver's been going through some challenges, and we've seen that. We've heard all of his, his history. But she takes offense. She was like, well, I won't try to be empathetic towards, your children because you don't trust us around your kids. And she was like, well, I'm still trying to move past things and get, even though I said I forgive you, doesn't mean that I've forgotten it and doesn't mean that I'm comfortable yet. So she hasn't moved past it. That's what Garcelle is saying. It's not something that she's moved past. And again, when it comes to your children, it's not an easy fix. You can say, I forgive you, but forgiving doesn't mean you forget. And your guard can still be up. So I feel like Garcelle's guard is still up, especially when it comes to talking about her boys. So anyway, let's see. Ericka Jane, her contribution to this birthday party for Crystal is having a couple of her, getting the ladies to go to Magic Mike. Magic Mike is an adult male entourage type show. It's very adult entertainment, if you know what I mean. And Sutton was very excited. Now, keep this in mind. Sutton was very excited to go to the Magic Mike show out in Vegas. You know what type of show it is. It is a very adult show, all right? So, and I keep reiterating it's adult show because Sutton understood what that meant. And she was told, if you want to go on stage with these men, make sure you wear pants. And she, got her outfit. She was wearing pants, at the event and all of that. She got all these dollar bills. She was looking forward to this good time. Now, everybody else is getting themselves together. They're packing. Kyle gets a private jet, traveling in style. This is the one thing I love about Beverly Hills is we see the luxury all the time. This franchise shows you glamour. They show you the price tags of these different purses. I think Crystal had a $6,000 Valentino purse. They let you know like they're spending like really, really spending real luxury money. I wish all the franchises emphasize that, especially like Potomac and Atlanta, but they don't. They get on the plane, everybody's talking again about going to Magic Mike, hanging out, having drinks, letting loose. This is going to be a good time. Chris is going to have a great time. And that's what it was all about. When they get to Vegas, they come to their hotel rooms, and the suites are fabulous as always. And Garcelle and Sutton are sharing a room. Then you got Kyle and Dorit sharing a room. And I'm guessing that Crystal and Ericka are sharing a room, although did we see them in the room? I guess they're sharing a room. I don't know. And we find out that Crystal brought her glam squad, which was interesting because Dorit was like, well, I mean, I usually bring a glam squad, but I didn't this time. And it's very odd that Crystal would. And I found it like, look, I'm glad she brought a glam squad. I'm glad that it's her birthday. She's turning 40. Why not? Come on now. Dorit really believes that she is the queen of looks. Even though Dorit does have some interesting style at times, and it's, it to me, it gives, I'm trying very hard to be this fashion plate. I always felt like Ericka's sense of style was very natural. It went with her personality. Dorit would be wearing big, like a nameplate, like that says Chanel and all. It just a little bit over the top, and it just didn't match the personality, in my opinion. So anyway, the ladies all get together. They're getting dressed. They're gonna go see Magic Mike, and they come down to the entryway. Everybody's looking great. Garcelle got this very short. I thought it was a top at first, but it's a dress. It's cute. It's pink. She got the pink shoes. I think it was a Valentino dress, if I'm not mistaken. Kyle called it. Was it Valentino or was it Gucci? Maybe it was Valentino. Kyle is showing off her very toned up body. She on this black short dress. Sutton has on white pants and she has on a semi-sheer top, but again, her plan is she's gonna be on stage and she's gonna have fun with these dollar bills at Magic Mike. All right. Let's see, what did Ericka have on? She had on all black. Again, she's lost a lot of weight, and she had on, like, I don't know, spandex pants, leather pants, and it was all well-fitting, high heels, stripper heels, that whole thing. Crystal had on all black. She looked nice. Everybody looked good. Everybody looked really good. So they get there, they're having drinks. The show gets started. The ladies are screaming. Everybody's having a good time. And then this is when stuff goes south, because here we get Crystal and Ericka got brought up on stage. Two of the dancers came up, brought them on stage. They're dancing, and the dancing gets a little bit more. Again, it's Magic Mike, so we get a little bit more adult dancing, if you will. They're in all these different positions, and then you see Ericka with she's in a spread eagle position, and the guy is right there in the middle, if you know what I mean. And, as they're doing all of this, and, Sutton is in her feelings. Sutton, all of a sudden, she's like, oh, I can't watch this. I can't believe this. This is so beneath me, blah, blah. And it's very clear that Sutton is upset that she didn't get selected to go on stage to be with the dancer. So she storms off in a huff. And she makes it appear as though, oh, I'm on the board of directors for the American Ballet Theater, and I can't be seen in situations like this. And it's not true. She is trying to make it seem like what they were doing was so vulgar and so beneath her, and she can't be, doing those types of things. But yet she was excited to come to Magic Mike, knowing what Magic Mike was about, bringing dollar bills, have the intention of putting dollar bills down these men's pants. And now all of a sudden, oh, it's not my cup of tea. I can't be seen in these. It's going to hurt my brand. And when, so Garcelle goes after her to try to talk to her about, what's bothering her. Everybody figures out what the situation is. Meanwhile, Kyle gets pulled on stage and guy putting whipped cream on her all over and licking it off. It was a good time. It was fun. And when Kyle was done, she finds out that Sutton's upset. Kyle goes in the bathroom, or they in the hallway area by the bathroom, out there with Garcelle. And Garcelle is Sutton is really, really trying hard to let the ladies know, oh, it has nothing to do with me wearing pants and I'm not getting selected. It's just this, her story was not believable. We all know that Sutton was in her feelings because she wasn't selected to go on stage. And that was the true reason why she was having a meltdown and try to make it appear as though, oh, this is so beneath me. But you agreed to go to this event. Child, she's trying whatever. They go back to the sprinter. Ericka and Dorit were the last to leave, right? Because Crystal eventually, she gets the text message from Garcelle about Sutton being upset. So Crystal goes back to the sprinter as well. The last ones to come back are Dorit and Ericka. And when they get on the sprinter, both of them, Dorit's like the same thing. She's like, oh, I'm sure this is all about the fact she wasn't selected. And, again, Sutton is just screaming, and then she's like in a huff, and she's trying to make it a point to say it's not about that. It's about my brand, it's who I am, and I'm on the board of directors and all of that. It's not that at all. Nobody's believing it. Ericka was like, girl, you knew what Ericka did not argue with her. Ericka said, girl, you knew what you were getting into when you agreed to come on the trip. So I'm not going to argue with you, but girl, I'm over it. So we get to the dinner. So like I said, Sutton had this major blew up, and no one is buying her reasoning that she's given. So then they go to dinner. And they get to dinner and they play this game of asking these, sexual questions and all of that. And, everybody's looking at something sideways because some of the answers that she was given, they're like, really? Like, okay, 1 minute you're so highbrow, and the next minute now you're talking about these adult toys that you have and how you travel with them and all. It just was definitely giving like, okay, you were so concerned about your brand. Now you're here talking about it. It just didn't work. Again, it fed more into the real reason why she was upset. So, like I said, they had the adult questions. It was cute. It was funny for the moment. That was that. And that's really the whole trip. That was that, because I've already explained and talked about Garcelle and the whole situation with Oliver, her son, her oldest son. I liked the episode. Both episodes were really, really good. So I'm think I'm looking forward to this season and really seeing how these ladies are going to gel. I am really liking the way Ericka is playing this game of, okay, I'm not going to blow up. I'm not arguing. I'm trying to be cool. I'm trying to make amends, because I don't have a team. I don't have an alliance, as it stands right now. There is no alliance with Ericka. Like, Ericka's got to try to make it right. And I think Dorit sees what Ericka's doing, I'm guessing, but only time will tell. So that's all I got for right now. Thanks for listening. Talk to you guys later. Peace.